Welcome to BioRN M2M member-to-member event, a new edition after a long summer break. My name is Stefanie Füller from BioRN, and I'm happy to meet and interview today Sebastian Retter and Julia Kleinschmidt from Mazars online. They are joining us today directly from the Mazars office in Berlin. Hi, happy to have you here.
Hi, nice to meet you all.
Hi, Stephanie. Hi.
Nice to meet you. Please, let's start by introducing yourself. Would you like to describe your career and your career journey a bit?
Yeah, first of all, hello, everybody. Nice meeting you in this virtual room. I hope we can also meet in person, maybe on the annual conference, the upcoming, or in another scenario. I'm here, I'm Sebastian, I'm here with my colleague Julia today. Yeah, about our career. I will start with myself, then I'll hand over to Julia. So we are both lawyers, so that's for sure. I'm in practice since over 20 years now and focused on the healthcare market since the beginning. So I started my career actually in Potsdam. I started in Heidelberg, so very close to you. And the last time when I visited Heidelberg, I saw how much has changed since I was there 30 years ago. Yeah, I started my career in the healthcare sector. As a lawyer, I was, or since then, I do consulting with healthcare professionals, clinics, hospitals in all kind of scenarios. Often it's related to transactions, so kind of mergers, but also had from the very beginning a very close regulatory aspect. And since 5 years, then I met Julia, and that's a good bridge to Julia. I changed my career path a bit. I changed a bit from the healthcare professional side more to the industry side. We do consulting with all kind of industry in the healthcare sector, especially related to digital health products and ecosystems, biotech, pharma, medtech, of course. So this is our kind of focus we are specialized in. This will be also a bit of a topic later on.
Exactly.
So just for my introduction, I do this since 20 years as a lawyer. I love what I do, but I also love other things in life, not only law. But I hand over now to Julia.
Yeah, so hi everybody, warm welcome from me too to everybody joining us today. So I'm Julia, I'm a lawyer. I have nothing to add when it comes to our field of legal advising, which we will have a deep dive into later on. I'm a lawyer not for 20 years, but in my 7th year of profession. I studied in Berlin and Paris, and from the very beginning of my studies, for me it was sure that I will do something in the field of medical law, because that joins my interest, let's say, for medicine and everything that is related to that. So I'm as Sebastian does, I'm very happy with our field of legal advice. Very interesting, in the heat of the innovation, and we love accompanying the products into the market and giving legal advice to digital health or healthcare providers, manufacturers, whoever.
Wow, thanks for sharing these personal insights. And before we really get started with our question, I would like to ask you our typical introductory question, and have therefore prepared 2 classes. I hope you can see them. One class with gummy bears, and the other, show it, with M&Ms. And I would like to ask you, what do you prefer to sweeten your working day with? Gummy bears or M2Ms?
Julia.
For me, it's sure I go for the gummy bears.
Okay.
Me
Sebastian.
too. Me too. Of course, the gummy bears, because there are also very various ones. You never know what you expect, what's in it.
Okay, so I will keep this one for you, and we'll be happy to present it to you when we meet at the BioRN annual conference next week. So, great. Before we start digging into the topic, I would just like to inform our attendees that if you do have any questions for Sebastian and Julia, please type them in the chat, and I will come back to them in the last part of the interview. Okay, so now we come to the Mazars story, Sebastian and Julia. Please tell us shortly, when was it founded and by whom? And what was the motivation and the vision at that time?
That's a good question. So since I'm not so long with the company, all I know is from hearsaying, more or less, because I know the company as it looks like today as a kind of a worldwide brand consulting company, as comparable with PwC or all the others competitors on the market with the multidisciplinary consulting partnerships. Mazars has a very family background. It was founded by a person who is named Mazars. He was an auditor in France and kind of created a successful audit and tax company, and later on this company grew. It grew internally, like natural growth, and also heterogonally with lateral cases, and the spread out was built. Mazars Germany is actually based on two big audit, tax, and law firms that joined together about 10 years ago. It was in Berlin, Röver-Bronner, and Susat in Hamburg. As for those who are in the business in Berlin and Hamburg, well-known companies. Then they joined together as Röver-Bronner Susat. They all have origins very, very far back. So very traditional companies with, let's say, retaining business. And Mazars, then they joined the Mazars group in I think 2017. I joined Mazars in 2020, so this was all before me and Julia joined, and we had a big brand change in 2020 when we changed. Then we were even more visible now on the market. What to say about Mazars from the inside is that we are a real partnership. So I'm a partner with Mazars, international partner. That means I'm real partnered with all the other partners around the world. We have about 1,500 partners. Wow. And around 40,000 employees worldwide. And we are a real partnership. That means all decisions on the group level are also made with the partners. So we all have to join the meetings. We have to say yes or no. We are involved in all the developments. And we keep strongly together as real partners and not as a kind of a franchise like other companies. And that's, let's say, the spirit of our company also, that we are a real partnership. And this partnership is not only between the partners, it's also between all, let's say, all of us who are working with Mazars. So that makes this company maybe a bit special. And also was one major decision for me, and I think also for Julia, because we come from a boutique law firm, like small and specialized. That's more or less our world. So one knows each other. The market is quite small, if you say so, and we are specialized on one field, and we have not this big top-down managed company approach. But with Mazars it's a bit different because we are kind of specialists in the whole Mazars world, and it's a very it's on a partner-based, and each business case is also a bit special. So we are not conform in that sense.
Nice. Sounds very interesting. I like the word boutique. Boutique company. Never heard about it. I know boutique hotels, but obviously that's something I learned today. Okay, thank you
For
very much.
tailor-made solutions.
Okay, great. So can you tell us something about probably the major efforts or development of the company since the foundation? Because now we'll talk later about the life science sector, of course, but what happened probably within the development?
So what I can say is I focus more or less on the German market, but it is also, let's say, it also stands a little bit more also for the outside Germany market. The approach at the beginning was audit and text based. So the other service lines, as we call each, let's say, sector in Mazars, we call it as a service line. So we are in the service line law. There's a service line text. There's a service line audit, consulting, financial services, and it's all based on the audit, text and audit. This is the traditional business, and all the surrounding businesses have developed strongly in the last 10 to 20 years, especially the legal field, also the financial and accounting field also. What is maybe interesting for you, we focus on branches, on sectors, and one of our major field is healthcare. And the German healthcare consulting market for us was developed from the audit. Still till now, we do audits for a lot of hospitals, groups, international and national players in the healthcare sector. And through that specialization of the audit teams, more and more other services were requested. Of course, accounting, of course, financial services when it comes to transaction, and of course, legal, doing transactions, helping also in regulatory fields, and give advisory there. So the strong-based audit team has, let's say, built a foundation, but now the development is also reversed, that we are attractive for clients as a legal partner at the first stage, and then bring this into the company. And as we are a multidisciplinary company, all is based on, let's say, cross-selling elements and cross-working together elements. So what we do is we are experts in a very small field. Let's say, put it down in a nutshell, market access of medical device or biotech companies. But this will spread out to a lot of other services that are requested in other service lines. And this is very important for our business, that we are, let's say, the point of contact for our clients and can help them in various fields.
Okay, so I've learned a very special field also is the area of sustainability. Would you just like to outline this? Just a short moment.
This is actually, I didn't forget about it. I just, because when I talk about my little part of the cake, it's not so, let's say, on the daily table, but it will be in the future one of our main topics. So let's say ESG advisory is now one of our major fields, and we did an acquisition in the last year. It's also in the press media, so I don't say any secrets. With stakeholder reporting, they are a very well-known, very reputed company in the ESG consulting sector. As it becomes more and more, let's say, necessary, and from a legal framework also necessary to have the ESG reportings, and we focus on, let's say, the KMU, the small and middle and also the larger companies. They are in the focus of the ESG consulting field. It has a big impact. So it has also a big impact throughout all service lines, especially when it comes to law, like Lieferketten-Sorgfaltspflichtengesetz, etc., PP. So this is what we do with then stakeholder reporting together. Yeah,
exactly. And just to let the attendees know, today we are going to have a BioRN Espresso focusing on the topic of sustainability in November. So just keep yourself updated on our website. Right. Thank you. So far at this point, our guests sometimes take the opportunity to share a short corporate film. Sebastian and Julia decided to hand it out later. So this is going to be on our website soon, but we will have therefore more time for questions. And the next question will be, just please answer a bit shortly. What is the unique selling point? What makes your company a trustful partner? And why have your clients chosen you and are staying with you?
We are trustworthy advisors, and I mean, consulting business is a people business. So what our unique selling point is that we can offer our specialized services at one-stop shop from I am and Julia, we are the connecting dots to all the other services what we do, and we do it on a very personal approach.
Very nice. Thank you for this short version. Let's dive into the topic now specifically for the life science sector. Could you give us some insights into the main subject areas you work for life science companies, please?
Yeah, so what we do, and maybe we can also then share the answer a bit, so then I'm not talking alone. What we focus on in the last few years was on the digitization of the healthcare market. So this is one of our major aspects we are focused on with our consulting strategy. And what we see here is changes in the regulatory field, of course. Since 4 or 5 years, there was like it was like a boom of regulatories that we have to fulfill, and there's also a lot of chances for our clients in that field. So this is if you give if you name it, it would be digitization, platforms working together, crossing sectors in the healthcare field. That's the specific, let's say, challenge of always in the when it comes to regulatory aspects, because also the patient wants everything out of one hand, one-stop shop, but often that's not possible. I would also say that innovative products, to get them into the market and also get them reimbursed, is one of our major aspects we focus on our consulting.
Right. So this is the key word, one-stop shop for life science customers. I know, Julia, you are some kind of expert there, so I'll give the word for you to just outline a bit the service.
Thank you. I think you are talking about the DTXCA alliance we founded in, that you are familiar with. So actually, Mazars, so Sebastian and me in person, we are part of the DTXCA, which is an abbreviation for Digital Therapeutics Consulting Alliance. So this is an alliance of healthcare experts uniting 5 companies at the moment that are all expert in the fields of healthcare, and that we assume so we cover all the topics that we assume to be relevant in order to successfully get your product into the market and get it reimbursed as a second step. And so there, one more time, there is the all-in-one, one-stop shop solution that we want to offer, not only internally at Mazars, but even in our field of competence externally. So Mazars is part of this alliance that was founded like a year ago, I guess. And we are, of course, responsible for advice on all legal issues from A to Z when it comes to digital therapeutics. And we have other partners that put their expertise into this alliance. So we have like an expert for product conception that you are able to meet the market needs, and keeping in mind that in the end you have the objective to get your product reimbursed if you want to successfully work within the German healthcare market. Then we have an expert for financial and venture capital. So yeah, which is often the first step, of course, because you need a lot of money in order to get your product market ready. Then we have another expert for regulatory affairs. So when it comes to CE marking of medical devices or in vitro diagnostics, there's also somebody there. And then, of course, very important, if not to say the most important one, there we have an expert that designs and leads clinical studies in order to generate the required evidence in order to get your product reimbursed by the health insurance companies. So, and we are very pleased to have this strong network that bundles expertise, because then we can have really a real added value for our customers. Yeah,
absolutely. I spoke yesterday to a founder of a company developing digital apps that can be used for cognitive disorders, and this founder described their founding path with a constant uphill and downhill ride, facing and overcoming all these regulatory and bureaucratic hurdles. So this is very energy sapping from my point of view.
Definitely.
When
So we had a session with the Alliance at the Bits and Pretzels Healthcare in Munich this year, and our room was I mean, there were seats for maybe 150 people, and people were standing and even sitting on the floor, because the topic is, and if there are only a few experts on the market that are real experienced, if you say so, in that field. There are a lot of consulting companies who do a lot of noise, but who has ever brought a digital app into the register? There are only a few, and that's why Julia explained it very detailed, very perfectly. The reason why we created this alliance is to bring together really the experts on the market that are not only doing the, let's say, consulting for the company, bringing to the registers, also writing the guidelines for the BfArM or for the health ministry. So we are very close also to the regulatory, let's say, corpuses, and that makes this alliance unique for us.
Well, this brings a real added value, I believe. But talking about entrepreneurs or startups, this brings me to another question, because so when we think about them and their budgets, how can they work with Mazars? Are there any specific tailored offers you provide for them?
So to be very honest, startups are an investment for us. And why are we doing this? Because we strongly believe in, if you want to be really on that field successful, you have to be at the start with the players who will be maybe in the next 10, 20, 30 years, let's say, the main actors on the market. So we focus also on the startup market. We are part of different accelerator programs. So there we are kind of speakers, give lectures, etc. Share our knowledge. Sharing knowledge is, I think, the most important thing. Sharing knowledge and experience, and then take it from there, is the most important value that is important for startups, for founders in any stage of their, let's say, life cycle. And then when it comes to the direct consulting offers we can give to startups, we have, like, most of them, often they ask us a lot of questions at the first, cost-free call. And we say, you ask us a lot of questions, but maybe you should ask us different questions because you are at a different stage. So what is important for them often to make a workshop on a very, let's say, low budget level, but that helps a lot for both of us to get the real understanding. How far are you with your product? What you want to achieve? What kind of network do you have behind? What is your business plan? What is really your strategy? And what are your questions you have to ask? Maybe us, maybe financial experts, but maybe regulatory experts, etc. Which way is that? What is the best next step for you? This is what we can figure out like in a workshop scenario, we also have offered this through BioRN for a special rate, of course, as a network partner, and this is an offer we make to all of you. So the obstacle to get to us should be very low, because we are very interested. We focus also on the startup market.
Right. Very good message today for all our attendees. Thank you for that. So today we are actually here also in a bigger context. As a member of our regional life science ecosystem, we aim to connect our members in a way that potential new business opportunities might evolve. So my next questions are, how can you help, for example, our other members? What can you offer them, probably despite your services you've already mentioned, or how can other members support you? Which type of members can support you to further grow, for example?
As I've just also said, I mean, this is a good bridge to what I've said. Sharing knowledge, sharing experience is, from my point of view, very, very important to become a real expert, to learn from other experts, to learn from the industry, to really know what's going on the market right now, not yesterday, not tomorrow, right now. What is actual now? That's very important. That's why I think it's very important to have, let's say, meetings together. You have formats in your network, like this espresso, etc., talks, to get to share knowledge. Very important. This is what we can offer. You know, every day we are open for every format to do this. What we also do regularly, we host events. We host events with partners, with clients together, like a co-host, etc. We have offices in all, let's say, metropolitan areas in Germany, like we are here in Berlin, Stuttgart, München, Frankfurt. I don't want to name them all, but we have nice conference areas also in Düsseldorf. Now at the Medica, we are just planning a nice side event with a AI company, software company at a side event of the Medica, and bring together the experts and the industry partners in that field. That is for us a good opportunity to spread our network. And this is an offer we want to make to everybody. If you are looking for a partner, maybe to do something aside from consulting, if you have questions in our field, ask us. But if you want to do something, if you want to initiate something, we are very happy to do so. And what we also do is we are in various, we are member of various Verbände. So we are very close to the legislation processes, and we are very involved in that. And we, if we write a statement on a legislative approach, we need to know the understanding and the meanings of the industry about that. So it's very important also to have this engagement.
I'd like to add something, because I think this is important, as we are lawyers, and lawyers are always often said to be like, there to say, no, this is not possible, raising the red flags. And we have a different approach. We see us as enablers. We want to help our clients, and we are fighting for them, and we are not there what is not possible to do. We are there to show you what you should do, maybe with little adjustments within your product or the process, but get your product into the market and not be there saying no all the time.
That's very important. Thank you very much for that addition. And to complete it, maybe if you are in an innovative field, there's always a gray zone. You enter that gray zone very soon, and then you must see the red line, and then one has to find out what is the strategy for this specific project. Especially startups, they don't have the big budget to mitigate all risks, but we can find a way through how to make it possible. That's our approach. That's what we want to achieve together with our client.
Thank you very much. I'm sorry. Okay. Thank you very much. I think this showed quite well the spirit and the passion you work within Mazars, and hopefully this is just the initiation for getting more and more contact into our ecosystem. So I have seen within the chat that there was one question about the special rates for startups. I think you answered that a little, and I believe that all the ones who are interested now in your special offers will be able to get in contact with you personally.
Yeah, maybe one more word. We can tailor always, let's say, the consulting services into your budget. So of course you need a certain budget, but we are aware that at the first stage for startups, the money is the elephant in the room. So what we do, we tailor our services that you have the best value out of it on a, let's say, reasonable and budgetable price.
Wonderful, thank you. So we're coming almost to an end. Thank you so much for giving us this portrait and shedding light on the many different fields and services. So to close back a bit, as you as a partner and senior advisor at Mazars, I would like to ask, how does one of your typical days look like? In the office or in the airplane, New York, Rio, Tokyo?
The typical day is actually a bit chaotic. To be, I mean, never know what to expect. This morning, actually, I wanted to be in the office by 9, but the calls have started already at home at my home office by 7:45, and I just made it by 12 to this 2-hour interview, and we are all happy that I'm here. I hope so. So my typical day is like, as a consultant, I'm very close with my clients. So I have meetings every day, more or less the whole day. A lot of what we do is ad hoc legal advice. So our clients ask us today about a contract they want to sign on Friday. This is even a long time. So our projects are often fast, short, and ad hoc. So so I don't know exactly what does expect me for the day. Then of course there's a quite a lot of travel also, because it's also, we do both Julia and I, we do everything together. We do the business development, we do the delivery with the clients, and we do the whole, let's say, connection with other consultants. We do this by ourselves in our team, and this is kind of, if you want to say it in a corporate language, I'm also, let's say, a key account manager, of course, in that field, and a business developer, and also a trusted advisor,
and a networker.
We
talked about it.
that should be all in one person, combined together, and one is this more needed and one is that more needed. I hope the days are not too long. What is good about our business, we are not in a field that we have closings by 12 o'clock at night or something like that. So we are, our advice is needed. It has often to be from one day to the other, but it shouldn't stop you from doing this business.
Okay. Would you like to add something to that?
Actually, I have nothing to add. One more time, I just saw that there's a one-stop shop within one person. So that's like the red line here. We do all the time, every day, and basically that's it. I'd like to have it a little bit more structured, but
Chaos is the structure.
So I ask you, Julia, if you are not, or when you're not in the office, where would we meet you during your weekends or in the
in private life? Yeah, well, actually, with my family, we are a family of 5, so we have 3 children, and so even in the private life, this is challenging, and no time to rest, and always urgent. So family life.
Family life. Okay, and Sebastian? Well,
you
can
would
we meet you?
would be by any kind of activities. So when I'm out of, actually for my body, this is not the best job, because I always want to move and don't want to sit. So if you want to meet me outside of the business times, then you meet me doing something.
Okay.
Running, working out, cycling, or even meeting friends outside.
Okay. Sounds very sportive and very stressful as well, from my point of view. So what can I say before closing? This interview will be soon available on our website, of course, together with the short company video. And the next member-to-member session will take place in October 19th. And we are happy to visit new BioLab site in Heidelberg for an interview with Anne-Christine Müller. Looking forward to this. And I just can say thank you very much for your passion, for sharing your insights and giving us the Mazars story. It was really very nice to meet you, and I'm looking forward to see you at the BioRN conference next week. Thank you to all the attendees for listening, and see you soon. Thank you very much, and bye-bye.
Thank you for having us. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.